Speaking of comebacks, Joe Namath and the Jets began forging their comeback trail last week in Cleveland. Last year, the NFL's highest-paid quarterback led pro football in only one category, interceptions. Still, Namath insists on putting the ball up over the middle, a tendency his receivers wish Namath would forget. Conversely, the Jet defense would prefer to forget 1975, a year in which the hapless Jets gave up just over 3 miles on plays just like this one, executed with precision by peerless Paul Warfield. Warfield's return home to Cleveland gives the rebuilding Browns a stable of receivers second to none in the NFL. His stabilizing presence should make erratic Mike Phipps a more consistent quarterback. But against the Jets, Warfield was overshadowed by defending AFC pass receiving champion Reggie Rucker, who caught 5 big passes, including 3 in New York's end zone. A year ago, an injury to Rucker or Phipps might have forced Cleveland to recall waivers on Gary Collins or Milt Plum. But when Phipps went down with an injury against the Jets, backup quarterback Brian Sipe flaunted Cleveland's newfound depth with a scoring pass to reserve Steve Holden. The surprising Browns buried the New York Jets in convincing fashion. And rookie Jet head coach Lou Holtz has to be wondering why he ever left college football. In Denver, there was new headgear and plenty of reason for everyone to smile, for the injury-riddled Broncos came up with a surefire antidote for their many ills. The miracle medicine is called the New York Jets. The Bronco defense hounded hapless Joe Namath into foolhardy cross-court passes like this one that resulted in a touchdown interception by John Rouser. Another look at the beleaguered Namath on the play shows just how far the mighty has fallen. All Joe Willie could do was look for a place to hide. But for the aging quarterback and the New York Jets, there was none. For the second time in 2 weeks, middle-of-the-road quarterbacks looked like all pros against the Jets. The first week, it was Cleveland's Mike Phipps. Now, it was Denver's Steve Ramsey. The journeyman quarterback embarrassed New York to the tune of 543 total yards on the day, as Denver won in a breeze. When the dust had cleared, the Broncos had handed the New York Jets one of the most decisive defeats in their 17-year history. Final score, Denver 46, New York 3.
Joe Namath and the New York Jets came to Miami for the Dolphins' home opener, in which Charlie Babb's third-quarter interception was the game's most critical play. The Dolphin defense, in fact, effectively sealed off everything the Jets tried to do, while on offense, the Miami running attack, led by Benny Malone, controlled the game with more than 200 yards on the ground. The game's only touchdown was scored by tight end Jim Mandich, as the Dolphins rolled past the Jets 16-0 and looked forward to big times ahead.
In San Francisco, with a 3-1 record, the 49ers seem to be headed in the right direction. And last week they had Joe Namath and the Jets headed even deeper into the bottomless pit of the AFC's Eastern Division cellar. The fumble recovery and score by defensive tackle Cleveland Elam, number 72, capped a 17-6 San Francisco win. But the touchdown was by no means Elam's only contribution of the day. When number 14, Richard Todd, replaced Namath, Elam was all over Todd like a bad case of poison ivy. Elam, a second-year man from Tennessee State, was an inspiration to the 49ers, who are going to need all the inspiration they can get this Monday when they suit up for an NFC Western Division showdown with the tough Los Angeles Rams. When the Buffalo Bills checked into Shea Stadium last Sunday, there's no way they could have been ready for the rude greeting they received. Wide receiver Bob Chandler was left to count up his body parts, while the rapidly improving Jet defense gave O.J. Simpson another rough afternoon. 15 carries for just 53 total yards. But the Bills played some defense too, holding the once potent Jet passing game to just 7 completions in 22 attempts. Number 14, Alabama rookie Richard Todd, was 4 for 11 on the day, while another former Alabama quarterback was just 3 for 11, including his very first touchdown pass of the season, which put New York ahead 14-0 at the half. But with just 4 minutes left in the game, a Buffalo rookie defensive back named Keith Moody tied it up for the Bills. For a while, it seemed that all the winless Jets had needed was to get back home. But Keith Moody almost ruined a beautiful homecoming for the New Yorkers. Almost, but not quite. Because with just 48 seconds left on the clock, place kicker Pat Leahy stepped into the ball from 38 yards away. It wasn't the Super Bowl, but for rookie head coach Lou Holtz and his New York Jets, it was victory number 1. And therefore, a beautiful and entirely unforgettable experience.
From their own 41-yard line. And immediately Grogan wants to go to the air, and the screen pass goes out to the left, and it's Cunningham down the left side, and Cunningham gets the first down into Jet territory at the 40-yard line. The motion man, Andy Johnson. Grogan fires to Johnson, a lot of room in front of Suggs. He gets the first down, and Suggs laid way off of Andy Johnson. It's 2nd down and 4. Stingley in motion, inside handoff. Johnson, big hole to the 10-yard line. And Johnson pulls in, touchdown, New England. And the New England Patriots wasted little time. 1st and 10, New England, their own 20. Quick toss goes out to Andy Johnson, right side, and look at him turn it on. Up close to a first down, he may have it. 2nd and short, goes to Johnson, big hole. As New England just riddles this Jet defensive line. And he's out to the 41-yard line. 1st and 10, New England. 2nd down and 10. Draw play, Marinaro. Marinaro breaks tackles and he gets the first down inside the 30. Bad snap or a bad handle, we're not exactly sure, and taken there by Dwayne Carroll, who does the punting. And Steve Nelson was immediately on top of Dwayne Carroll. On third and short yardage. Grogan. He'll have the first down easily, and more. Greg Buttle stops Grogan at the 30-yard line, a gain of 12, and this is what this young man has been doing all year long. Second down and 7. A good look at this two-year man out of Kansas State, Steve Grogan. This is Johnson. And Johnson will have another New England first down. Three-year man out of Kansas State. Played with Grogan there. Calhoun, he bobbles and it comes back.
A great play, a great play.
How about that?
They practiced that all week, Frank.
Former teammates at Kansas State. And New England, with that exciting kind of football they've been playing all year, is on the scoreboard again. And let's look at this a moment ago. Calhoun hit there and hit hard as he hit the line of scrimmage. Fumbles the ball. It was immediately picked up by Grogan. Moved to the outside. 6-yard touchdown as Greg Buttle really popped Calhoun at the line of scrimmage. Ball came loose. Namath reading a blitz, throws it away, and is picked off by Hayes. Or make it Fox. It was Tim Fox, another number 1 draft pick. The third first-round draft pick, and I'll tell you, as I said earlier, this man has been shaken up all season long, had a broken wrist, a hip pointer, is playing hurt tonight, and just came up with the interception. Played a little bit last week. This on third down, Grogan, it looked like a set draw. He has the first down, and down he goes at the 33. Second down and 10. Play action fake is Grogan. He can either roll or run from that play. Wisely steps out of bounds. He has the first down at the 21-yard line.
I don't know
First
exactly
down.
why, but I'm here.
Wide open. Andy Johnson out of the backfield. Touchdown. His second of the night. Let's go back and look at it again. Now, here's that play action. And no matter what, that little movement to the fullback holds those linebackers, particularly inexperienced linebackers. And a good move by Andy Johnson. Grogan. And Grogan takes a shot on a blitz. And still gets it off to Randy Vataha. Close to the first down. And Grogan changing that play at the line of scrimmage. Johnson, the motion man. Grogan, Johnson wide open again as he was in the first half. Second down and 10. Grogan looks one way, rolls the other, has Hannah in front of him. Hannah with a good block. Look at Grogan. Touchdown all the way. Boy, and when we go back and look at it, watch the block of number 73, John Hannah.
Let's look at it again and watch for the block that Frank told you about. There's 73, John Hannah. Presently out of your picture, but back in it now. Look at that. That enabled Grogan to cut back, and he just poured through that little slit of a hole there and on in for the touchdown.
First and 10, the ball at the 12-yard line. Namath flooding his backs, and he finds Gaines, and Gaines finds the end zone. Jets only rushing 2 men. And Vataha makes a very patented Randy Vataha catch right on the sideline. First down. Grogan once more. There's the big man, Russ Francis, his first reception of the night. On first down. And Sam Cunningham storms into the end zone.
Oh, wow. I said they wanted more. They got it.
Third and 13. Firing over the middle, Francis has the first down. And look at the big man from Hawaii. Third down now. Play action on third and short, and Grogan will get the first down and much more. And wisely goes down to the 23-yard line, going for the block. Ooh, and they just about got it. And it. Jazz Jackson makes an error. Oh, boy. Jazz Jackson down 34-7. Thought he'd take a shot at it.
I don't blame him.
Romanishin made the recovery for New England. And Calhoun storms into the end zone, and nothing is stopping the Patriots tonight. 7 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and Calhoun goes into the end zone from the 12-yard line. Sidelines, you're looking at the rookie from Alabama, Richard Todd. Steve Davis runs to the right, and the Jets obviously are going to work on the clock themselves, ticking off the final seconds. And the Jets will lose this one 41-7. And New England remains strong, remains in contention in their division.
Quarterback Burt Jones, the most explosive weapon in the game. Last Sunday against the Jets, Jones backed up his coach's boast by passing for 300 yards and leading the Colts to their 6th victory. Jones, who is the league's highest-rated passer, threw 2 scoring passes to Roger Carr, number 81. "We didn't play that well," said Burt. In fact, the final score made the teams look more evenly matched than they were. The Jets aren't number 1 yet either, but with new faces like number 14 Richard Todd and number 45 Louis Giamona, New York's football outlook improves a bit each week. Still, the Jets have scored fewer points than any team in football. So with their offense in transition, New York has discovered new avenues to the end zone. Last Sunday, for the second time this season, the Jets beat the Bills. But from here on in, for both teams, it's all uphill. Which would elude them. That which separates a winner from a loser very often can be the mere bounce of a ball. A seemingly simple thing, really, yet a maddening task for squads still trying to learn the ways of victory. Failure to grasp the ball yields defeat, and is a fact well known by the New York Jets, whose failure to secure possession has helped to bury them in the rubble of a losing year. Fumbled snaps and dropped passes forfeit first downs, and occur so often they seem to be written into the Jets' game plan. However, against the Miami Dolphins last Sunday in Shea Stadium, the Jets were not the only ones guilty of muffed opportunities. The Dolphin defense, too, showed a knack for producing a blooper, but fortunately, their offense was displaying nearly perfect execution, and it was this which carried them to a 27-7 win. Last week, the winless Tampa Bay Buccaneers faced the 2-7 New York Jets in an NFL Game of the Week. Tampa Bay's biggest problem this season has been an almost non-existent offense. To put it bluntly, the Bucs have been falling all over themselves. In an effort to find a leader for his offense, Buck head coach John McKay used all three of his quarterbacks against the Jets. And if nothing else, he discovered that he has consistency at the position. Steve Spurrier has been the Buck quarterback most of this season, but when he failed to move the team, McKay brought in his newest passer, Terry Hanratty. When his newest quarterback couldn't do it, McKay put in his youngest hurler, Parnell Dickinson, whose performance was remarkably similar to Hanratty's. 3 quarterbacks added up to Tampa Bay's 4th shutout in 10 games, and when the Jets saw the problems Spurrier, Hanratty, and Dickinson were having, New York elected to go without a quarterback. Actually, the Jets were going with Joe Namath in shotgun formation, not because Namath needs more time to read defenses or because he has a slow release, but simply because in the shotgun formation, Namath would be better protected. From the conventional set, Namath led the Jets to victory by moving New York to 24 points in just over 1 quarter. Rookie Clark Gaines' great run began the streak late in the first quarter. When Namath had the Jets safely in front, he retired from further competition, and the only touchdown in the second half was Lou Piccone's 60-yard punt return that concluded a 34-0 beat-up of the Bucs. The Jets had their 3rd victory of the season, while for the Buccaneers, it was loss number 10 as they continued to bumble along winless. The weather was better downstate on Long Island, where Steve Grogan and company worked out against the Jets. Andy Johnson's effort resulted in the first Patriots score, and in all, Steve Grogan accounted for 3 touchdowns through the air. Richard Todd started again for New York and threw a scoring pass of his own to surprising Rookie of the Year candidate Clark Gaines, number 21. As has become custom lately with the Jets, Joe Namath relieved Todd after the game's first 2 series, and he added still another touchdown pass. But the Jet quarterbacks could not keep the ball away from the greedy New England defenders. Of 10 total turnovers for New York, 7 were interceptions, and 2 were returned for long touchdowns by number 34, Prentice McRae. The Patriots won their 8th game, which assured them their best season in the last 10 years. In New York, the Jets knew they had to put up some points to upset the NFL's highest scoring team, the Baltimore Colts. So they repeatedly got the ball to their leading rusher and receiver, the remarkable free agent rookie from Wake Forest, Clark Gaines, number 21. As he has done repeatedly, Gaines accounted for more than 100 yards for the Jets, but he couldn't match his more experienced Baltimore counterpart, Lydell Mitchell, number 26. Mitchell added another 150-plus yards to his total of more than 1,600 combined yards for the season. And Mitchell is one of those rare performers who prefers to let someone else take care of the celebrations. Roger Carr added his 10th touchdown of the season from the league's top-ranked passer, Burt Jones, the man Joe Namath says is in a class all by himself. The Colts won 33-16 and clinched a spot in the playoffs. The Redskins set up a summit meeting with Dallas this week by bruising and burying the hapless Jets 37-16. When number 84, Gene Puckett, turned around number 47, rookie Tommy Marvaso, he turned around the Redskin offense as well. Recently, the smoldering Washington offense has been blistering hot. Everything is so simpatico, in fact, that Billy Kilmer resurrected a favorite old play, the post pattern, to almost forgotten Roy Jefferson, number 80. George Allen's Redskins are resilient. So often they are knocked down and prematurely counted out. But they always shake off the cobwebs, take a whiff of ammonia, and wait for the final bell to ring. Interceptions against Gotham quarterbacks, giving the Bengal offensive platoon great field position all day. There were times when Cincy didn't even need to be close to the Jet end zone, such as when Ken Anderson hit wide receiver Isaac Curtis on an 85-yard touchdown play. After 2 Bengal scores on the ground, Anderson went long again, this time for tight end Bob Trumpy, number 84. The lopsided win over hapless New York gave the Bengals a 10-4 seasonal mark and a share of first place in the AFC Central.